So I've actually already done the podcast and I had 2 guests on. So this is the first podcast that I've done that has more than 1 guest. So I'm super excited about that. It was supposed to be 3 extra guests, but one of the guests could not make it today and couldn't figure out like a way to Zoom them in because they asked about Zoom, but I just hadn't practiced that and I really didn't have anything for that just yet. So I was just like, no, I can't do it. But I am super excited that I found this space. So I'm going to show you around a little bit, and in showing you around, you'll kind of get the feel. So I'm actually going to take you all the way to the front. So just stick with me. Yeah. And this is going to be bad, so please forgive me about any jitters that you see. So this is the setup, right? And I love it because these microphones are like super professional. These are Shure mics, and they're the kind that all the podcasters dream about. And it even came with a Rodecaster. However, I did not use the Rodecaster. I just used my own little plastic setup because, it's really unnerving sometimes when you want to, just make a really good impression on the guest, and when you want to make sure that everything's recording the right way. It's like, I don't want anything to be different than my regular setup. So I was like, look, I'm just not going to use the Rodecaster, even though I think it probably would have been, smooth, but I just wanted to take some extra precautions because, it's like, you don't want to have to worry about those things when you're trying to record. So yeah, this is what the podcast room looks like. I could have put my logo like up on this TV right here, but again, I could not figure out like if I wanted to put my logo up using my laptop, and I couldn't figure out a way to do it properly because the TV is kind of I just couldn't figure it out. Let's just say that. Now, here's something that I learned today that I thought was very cool. Now, just recently, I'm setting this camera up, so forgive me. So I have a dummy battery for my A7S and my FX30, right? But it stopped working. Like for some reason, I don't know why. I'm not going to tell you the company name because I saw the reviews on there and it looks like a lot of people find it to be a really good company. Maybe I did something wrong. But yeah, the thing just does not work anymore. So I threw it away. And I was worried about like the battery life. So if you watch the podcast, you will see like every now and then I look over to my cameras to make sure that they're still recording. The batteries were fine. I still have a lot of battery life left, but I think the reason why is because, and I didn't know this, if you plug up your A7S, or I don't know if this works on the FX30, but if you plug up your A7S, actually it does work on the FX30. If you plug it up using here's what I use. I just use a Mac charger and, this little USB-C cord. If you use that and, you plug your camera up while you record, it will record and it will not take any battery life from you. I don't know the long-term effects of that on the battery, but yeah, my camera did get a little hot in the interview. I had my camera on for about an hour and a half. So, I think that's pretty long for me. I don't usually record that long, but my battery is still on 100% or 93% right now. But that was amazing, dude. I am so grateful, for this opportunity. But anyway, let me show you the rest of the studio. Boop, boop, boop. So, that's like a better view of the studio right there. All right. But then as soon as you come in, and there are my 2 mics. I didn't bring them in because I didn't need them, but I wanted to make sure I had everything kind of in order. But this is like the lounge area, Mio. And then, it's just a studio space. If you go back, got a little kitchen, which is cool. And I really love this because when my guests came in, they were like, whoa, this place is cool. It was like, yeah, you're really doing well. And in my head, I'm like, ain't none of this mine. This ain't my studio. But I'm going to take you to the outside because this was the part that kind of had me, I felt a little, it just feels a little sketchy. And you'll see why. I'm going to have to definitely change the, hold this jacket. So, change my settings so you can see the sketchiness. ISO. There we go. So it looks like this on the outside. You see? And it's, a little sketchy. It's a little sketchy. But, and that's the thing, I always want my guests to be okay with what things look like. And that was one of those things, and I was just like, dude, I wish it looked a little bit different. But, it is what it is. But this experience has been super amazing. Definitely hop on Peerspace. Make sure you get on there and, find you a studio where you can just record the best quality that you can. In a space like this, you won't believe it, but this space was like $30 an hour, bro. Like, paid $90 for 2 hours and 2.5 hours. And then the manager of the space was so nice that she even said, look, you can stay till 11 if you want to. And I was like, dang, for real? So, there's always spaces that you can look up. Thankfully, this podcast turned out really, really well. I was super happy to interview those two and with their coalition, and you can find the podcast. I'm not going to link it to this video or whatever, but if you just get curious, just go looking through my stuff. You'll see it eventually. But yeah, this has been an awesome, super awesome experience, and hopefully we can keep this thing moving. So thank all you guys for watching